All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Indianapolis Colts. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T-R-O, I ain't come to play with you.
Yeah.
Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up.
Yeah.
I can't spend the day with you. I'm minding my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support, bruh. Lifting up. Never not on my grind. New York City time. Another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winning side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase double rings. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase double U's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase double U's. Mid beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit, your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop, it's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired, can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Mid beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Indianapolis Colts. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Mike, 56, right there.
Mack off the draw play. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Brissett. They'll run the screen with Mack. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 11. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Joe Mixon. And an alley to run. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down. Mixon with a 1st down carry. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Jackson options out left. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. It's a loss of 7. And now it's 3rd down.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give him 17 on that pickup. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. Jackson going to get this out to Brown. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. 1st down, Ravens. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
They go play action with Brissett. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Kenny Young, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Brissett. That's caught by Penning. 6 yards on the pickup, and it's going to be third down and a ways to go here, 3rd and 14. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. From the gun, here's Brissett. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the second time. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. On 2nd and 9, Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football. The coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
He's going to take off with it. And it's 6 points for the Baltimore Ravens. Well, you want to talk about making something out of nothing. Boy, he did that right there. What an incredible run.
Obviously a pass play, and he couldn't find anyone open downfield. But sometimes the receivers just run those defenders off, and it creates a wide open space.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. The first down throw for Brissett. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Here's Brissett. And this will be incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw is Brissett. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
On third down, Brissett. Trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
And I think that's going to go down as no gain, but that doesn't seem fair for the effort that was presented on that play. That should go down as a loss. I know, I'm a defensive guy, but you got to like the play that was made.
He made a lot of those plays last week. He was AFC Defensive Player of the Week picking. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
After the interception, here's Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now it's Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Bucky Hodges, his 2nd touchdown on the season as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Here's Brissett. And that is incomplete. Defensively, that's Earl Thomas. The all-pro safety knocking it free. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
A gain of 13 yards.
Right there in the middle. 50.
First down, Baltimore.
Come on, D. Check 31. Check 31.
Jackson on first down. Flushed out right. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jackson. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right?
Tighten up. Tighten up.
We're set on first down. Into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Marlon Mack, an even 90 yards as they are now on the board here in the first half. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good.
Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I was
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And he's into the clear. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Miles Boykin, his first touchdown on the year. As the Ravens push further out in front. Now Tucker to add the PAT. He's got it, and the lead swells. It's 28-6. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
That QB's trash. Let's go. Watch the safety crew.
A run by Mack to start the drive. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
The Colts on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. .46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Meanwhile, taking a look at what's going on in KC. And it's now a 2-touchdown advantage for the Bengals. And we'll be sure to keep an eye on that one as we go along here. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball.
The big fella! And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. Well, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, I think the thought process is they take this lead into the locker room, run something simple here and run the clock out. Instead, they get the big play. Now they have a chance to increase what they've done in the first half.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
He can't handle. He's not going to get me.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. No gain on the dump off. It's 2nd down. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. His throw incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and it's 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, Jackson eluding the pressure right. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker, Justin Tucker, out onto the field. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And it bangs off the left upright and deflects away. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So plenty of leg, but it's the accuracy there that lets him down.
Yeah, he hit it really well. I think this might have been good from 55, but you'll see it just conk off that upright, and they're denied a chance at 3 points.
Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. He's going to float this one deep right side. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the 1st half. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. Being chased out left. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the 2nd half.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They built a good 1st half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the 2nd half. Nice 1st half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the 2nd half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Here we go. Here we go.
Throwing again. Jackson. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he comes back with one complete. 20, 10, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Miles Boykin. He scored on the ground and through the air as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker now to add the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
22, jet cover. 22.
Now Brissett. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 25. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Ready? Pittsburgh. Check 55, Mike. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Check right. Watch it, define.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Jeffrey Simmons busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. They'll get that one out quickly to Brown. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
I got you.
Ball trot.
55. Right there in the middle. 55.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson, and almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And Tucker's kick right there, it's good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Let's go, Swartz. Let's go.
That's their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
It's soft, baby. That's baby soft.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Throwing, Brissett, rush coming, and he's taken down.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is fielded at the 27. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
55's my guy, 55. We got to get the ball, D. Get Hayward. He's coming. Double up. He's coming.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson got a man. It's Brown. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards the pickup there. Jackson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go, D. Hey, Chief. Watch it.
Jackson from the shotgun. This will be caught once again by Brown. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
And a Raven first down.
Let's go. 91, 55. You better bring it.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Right there in the middle, 55. Get that quarterback.
Again, Jackson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Second and 10. Here's Jackson again. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Hollywood Marquise Brown. Touchdown number 22 on the season as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Jackson's pass complete to Marquise Brown. Touchdown, Baltimore.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
First down, Brissett. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Brissett sets to throw it. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
A well-executed 22-yard gain. And he's been one of their few bright spots here this afternoon.
And as you pointed out, so far he's gotten his. That's not been the issue at all. But the teammates, the other guys, they've been shut down. That's why the defensive guys have to feel pretty good, even though he's over 100 yards.
Yeah, he topped 100 with that last catch. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They run the draw play with Mack. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Mike 40, check, he's coming. Watch the slant. Hey, 40's Mike, right there.
Brissett to throw for it on 4th. Buying time to his left. He may try and run for this. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll make it a second down.
65.
They'll run it out of the gun with Mack. And he winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And my goodness, another interception. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Jackson. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away.
A loss of a yard brings up 4th down.
Here's Sam Cook now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Colts will go on offense here. 1st and 10.
26-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost, it was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to...
And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
On 3rd and 1, here's Brissett. Able to find Switzer. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. A first down throw for Brissett. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And solid field position here to start as they get it out to the 40-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we...
It's lonely on top of the throne. I ain't a king of the pawn. Hop on a jet across the globe. I guess the world is my home and there's so many milkers bird in my dome and like coming the air. I'm switching these flows. If you look at my neck, boy, I'm letting it slow. I'm sturdy as hell, as a vessel alone. They showing me love in my city. Gangs ain't hippies. Women like think you know what I'm about. I'm not the stereotypes. They do not fit me. I'm bigger than life. Give everyone dogs. I'm not a guard. Go hard with the squad. I'm playing my part, but them LeBron. Rings to the team. I feel Jackson and hard. The homie calling from a cell. A couple of homies be making it. I just want all of them dudes to the well. Not worried about taking a couple of L's. Don't sin for me, just win for me. Don't kill for me, just live for me. Keep it real for me. We eat together, leave the bill for me like. Hand on my heart, I give it all I got. Walk the walk and talk the talk. Take it higher, that's a God. Hand on my heart, no, I give it all I got. Walk the walk, talk the talk. Take it higher, that's a God. Never stopping, that's a must. Always winning, never lost. GPS, I never lost. GPS, I never lost. Who do it better than me? Yeah. Vision on 2020. Yeah. BBS, Clippity. Yeah. Determination, laser focus. Banging on they, all they taking notice.